What if Mercedes-Benz took the most luxurious sedan it makes and transformed that philosophy into an SUV? Imagine seeing a massive Mercedes approaching at night, its futuristic LED lighting cutting through the darkness, its bodywork reflecting the city lights, and its presence making every other luxury SUV suddenly look ordinary. Now imagine opening the rear door and stepping into an interior that feels less like an SUV and more like a private first-class lounge. This is the idea behind the 2027 Mercedes-Benz S-Class SUV. Mercedes-Benz has not officially confirmed a production vehicle carrying this exact name. So what you're seeing here is a futuristic concept and visualization of what such a flagship SUV could potentially become. But if Mercedes ever decided to bring the S-Class philosophy into the SUV world, the result could be absolutely incredible. And today, we're going to imagine exactly what that machine could look like. Starting with the exterior, the first thing you would notice is size. This wouldn't be a compact luxury crossover designed simply for urban driving. The hypothetical S-Class SUV would need to feel like a true flagship, with a long wheelbase, wide stance, enormous proportions, and an unmistakable road presence. The front fascia could feature a large, sophisticated Mercedes-inspired grille with a modern interpretation of the brand's iconic design language. Instead of looking aggressive just for the sake of being aggressive, the grille could communicate authority and elegance. On either side, ultra-slim LED headlights could create a distinctive lighting signature. Digital lighting technology could potentially allow the headlights to communicate different animations during unlocking, locking, and charging. The hood could be long and sculpted, flowing smoothly into a tall but aerodynamic body. And then there would be the wheels. Expect enormous premium alloy wheels designed not only to look spectacular, but also to complement the vehicle's proportions. Behind them, a sophisticated braking system and advanced suspension hardware could hint at the performance hidden underneath. From the side, the proportions would be even more impressive. A long roofline could provide extraordinary cabin space, while carefully sculpted surfaces would help prevent the SUV from looking unnecessarily bulky. Flush door handles could disappear into the bodywork, while frameless or highly refined window treatments could give the vehicle a limousine-inspired appearance. The roof could flow gently toward the rear, balancing SUV practicality with an elegant silhouette. At the back, slim LED taillights could stretch across the rear bodywork, creating a futuristic signature visible from a distance. The tailgate could remain extremely clean, with minimal visual clutter and carefully integrated badging. But exterior design would only be the beginning. The real reason someone would buy an S-Class SUV would be the interior. Imagine opening the door and being surrounded by premium materials, soft leather, finely finished metal, natural wood, and carefully integrated ambient lighting. The dashboard could feature a massive high-resolution digital display, combining navigation, entertainment, vehicle controls, and personalized information into one sophisticated interface. Instead of creating a cabin filled with random screens, Mercedes could make the technology feel like part of the architecture. The driver could receive important information through a digital instrument display and an advanced head-up display, while an intelligent voice assistant could allow passengers to control numerous functions without touching a screen. But the second row could be where this hypothetical SUV truly separates itself from conventional luxury SUVs. Imagine two individual executive seats positioned behind the front passengers. Each rear passenger could have access to independent climate controls, entertainment displays, lighting controls, and personalized seating functions. The seats could potentially recline deeply, provide heating and ventilation, and include advanced massage programs. The center console could contain storage, wireless charging, beverage holders, and controls for the rear entertainment system. In other words, the rear cabin could feel like a private lounge on wheels. And because this would be an SUV, passengers wouldn't have to sacrifice practicality. There could be substantial luggage capacity behind the rear seats, along with flexible cargo space for longer journeys. Underneath all of this luxury would be another major question: power. A future Mercedes flagship SUV could potentially be offered with multiple powertrain options. One possibility would be a sophisticated plug-in hybrid system combining a combustion engine with a powerful electric motor. This could provide strong acceleration while also allowing quieter electric driving for shorter trips. But an even more futuristic possibility would be a fully electric S-Class inspired SUV. An electric version could use a large battery pack, advanced thermal management, high-voltage electrical architecture, and powerful motors to deliver instant acceleration. The biggest advantage would be effortless torque. Press the accelerator and the SUV could respond immediately, pushing its occupants forward with the smooth, silent force that only a powerful electric drivetrain can provide. And despite its size, advanced chassis technology could potentially make it surprisingly agile. Rear-wheel steering could reduce the turning circle at low speeds while improving stability at higher speeds. Adaptive air suspension could continuously adjust the vehicle's ride characteristics depending on road conditions and driving mode. In comfort mode, the SUV could prioritize smoothness and isolation. Switch into a sportier setting, and the suspension could become firmer, steering could become more responsive, and the powertrain could deliver a more aggressive character. All-wheel drive could provide additional traction in different weather conditions while maintaining effortless highway performance. But perhaps the most important feature would be something you can't see. Silence. A flagship luxury SUV should feel calm. Imagine closing every door and suddenly hearing almost nothing from the outside world. The road disappears. Wind noise is minimized. The suspension absorbs imperfections. The cabin lighting becomes softer. And the entire vehicle transforms into a peaceful private environment. That is where the S-Class philosophy could become truly powerful. The vehicle wouldn't need to constantly remind you how expensive it is. It would simply make every journey feel special. And this is exactly where the hypothetical S-Class SUV could challenge the world's most prestigious luxury SUVs. A vehicle like this would potentially compete with the Range Rover, Bentley Bentayga, Aston Martin DBX, and other ultra-luxury SUVs. But Mercedes-Benz would have one major advantage: decades of experience developing flagship luxury technology. If that technology were transferred into a massive SUV, the result could become one of the most sophisticated Mercedes vehicles ever imagined. And the timing would make sense. Luxury buyers are increasingly choosing SUVs instead of traditional sedans. They want elevated driving positions, more interior space, advanced technology, and greater versatility. At the same time, they don't want to give up the comfort and prestige traditionally associated with flagship sedans. That creates an interesting opportunity. The S-Class SUV could potentially offer the best of both worlds: the commanding presence of an SUV, the comfort of a limousine, the technology of a flagship Mercedes, and the performance expected from a modern luxury vehicle. Of course, everything we've discussed remains speculative until Mercedes-Benz officially announces such a model. But that's what makes this concept so fascinating. Because if Mercedes-Benz ever decides that the S-Class philosophy belongs in an SUV, it wouldn't simply be another new vehicle. It could represent a completely new chapter for the brand. Imagine the final result: a massive, elegant SUV sitting silently outside a five-star hotel, futuristic lights glowing across its front fascia, enormous wheels reflecting the surrounding architecture, and a cabin designed like a private executive lounge. It wouldn't need to shout. It would simply arrive, and everyone would know exactly what it represents. The future of Mercedes luxury could be bigger, smarter, quieter, and more advanced than ever before. So, would you want Mercedes-Benz to actually build an S-Class SUV? Would you choose it over a traditional S-Class sedan, a GLS, or even a Maybach? Let us know what you think. Because if this concept ever becomes reality, one thing is certain: the luxury SUV war would never be the same again.
सारी अट्टा डे हाँ यार बेबी अट्टा चावल ही बदी